Hello, everyone. We are the Caliber Gang, and we are here to talk about the big deal, which is the Swatch and Omega collaboration. It's very, very cool. It's quite interesting. On one way, it's not all that different because it's not like they haven't done chronos before. And the other ways, it's actually very cool, and we like it, and we're fighting over which ones we like the most. Happily, we're not fighting over Pluto being a planet or not. Okay, we are here. There is JP Kalimbas. He is the guy who basically handles Caliber, as we all know it. Then we have Cap, who is basically, well, he's reading a lot, as you can see in his background, which is good. We are here to talk about that. Hi, guys. So I surprised him this morning by telling him, guess what? Swatch and Omega collab.
Everyone. Yeah, and apparently it's referred to as the MoonSwatch.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the moon.
MoonSwatch.
Okay, well, okay. Well, then they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, not a Swatch, not a Speedmaster, a MoonSwatch.
Okay. Cap, run us through what Swatch has just done.
Well, yeah, you sprung this on us, Carl. So I was a bit surprised, and I did my, what research I could do, and it's basically just, I think, making the Omega as a brand more affordable to a lot more people. I think that's the essence of this. At the same time, of course, injecting that inimitable Swatch flair by just basically releasing as many colorways as possible, probably. So maybe for me, at least, that's the bottom line here.
Yeah.
Whether or not they should have done this, I'll leave that up to you guys. But hey, I told you, Carl, I saw that $250 for each of these, and they're not in at least as I see it, it's not in a limited edition. So hopefully more of these will find their way on the wrists of people who will hopefully get into watch collecting or
Mhm.
admiring fine timepieces.
All right. Well, just so you know, I've already spoken with Swatch, and the issue apparently has to. Well, they do say that it's available only in selected Swatch stores, and I do believe there's a logistic and supply issue. Having said that, Swatch is pretty good about getting things out to the world, except for the very special ones, like the only ones you can get in Geneva or Paris or whatever. So they're pretty good
Mm.
about it. So I think eventually we'll get our hands on
Yay.
them. Okay, JP, how do you feel about it?
Um, you have to put it into perspective. If you look at it as a Speedmaster, then it's not going to work. It's not a Speedmaster. So don't look at it from that way. If you look at it as a play, like Swatch's play on the Speedmaster, then it works. Because the first thing I noticed, the first thing I looked for was the movement. Right, you want this to become a Speedmaster, so I checked the movement right away, and then I found out it's an ETA quartz movement. So that in itself, it kind of eliminates the watch from being a serious enthusiast, collector watch. It's a
Mhm.
fun watch, and it works. Huh? That was pretty smart because it's a Swatch. Remember, it's a Swatch. I mean, that's how you kind of visualize a Swatch growing up, right? You have that in the closed off back with just the
Yes.
battery access. You can just
Yes.
access the battery, but you can't access anything else. If it dies, then you're out of luck. You have to drill something to access the movement inside. So it works. But one of the best things about this is the price. It's like 250 Swiss francs. And at that price, it's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful swatch. The colors are all okay. I mean, it's like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. So I think it really works. I mean,
Yeah, it works. It works.
I already want to get my hands on one. Specifically, not for me. I want to give it to my daughter because it's a great watch that she can use every day.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it. I mean, I hope it works because I've already started checking some reviews about it, and it's a mixed bag.
Mm.
So
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
wait, sorry. First off, I stand corrected. It's 250 euro, not dollars. I mentioned dollars earlier. So 250 euros
okay,
for
Capstone.
any of these. Yeah.
We're a multi-currency world, Cap. Okay.
how much in
Okay.
Ethereum?
Yeah. What time is it? Um, okay. Okay. Well, my thoughts on this are as follows. The first time I saw it was hinted by one of the Swatch designers, who I have chatted with because of the Philippine edition Swatch and the Snoopy Swatch. Uh, and I found it interesting. And let's remind people that Omega is part of the Swatch group.
Mhm.
Okay. Like many other brands. So this is a very interesting collaboration. Omega, there's an argument as to some people say that the strongest model line of Omega is the Moonwatch, is the Speedmaster. Sorry, not Moonwatch, Speedmaster. Um, it's my personal favorite, but they also have others like the Seamaster, the Constellation, and so on that are very, very good. But uh, to most people and most collectors, it's the uh, Speedmaster that kind of wags the dog, right? Um, Now, I've been a big fan of Swatch ever since, especially since at the time that's what I could afford. As a matter of fact, I will share this. This is one of the first uh, Swatch chronos. So Swatch has done chronos before. This is the Wall Street, and it's in bad shape, but I used it every day. Uh, it was one of the first. I think it was the second run of the first line of Swatch chronos.
What
So
year
they've done
was
this
that,
before.
Carl? What
Early
year?
90s, I think.
Okay.
90s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So going back to the Omega part of it, I just think this is brilliant. Um, uh, I thought great, another marketing thing. But having said that, as a Speedmaster fan, I'm happy. I'd be happy to have it. I'd be happy to wear these watches. We were having a discussion as to which one we would like the most. I think they've accomplished something very well. I think they've introduced the Omega world to a newer, younger buyer in a fun way.
Yeah.
Hmm. But
So,
let me just ask you guys first, Carl and JP. What's your take though on, because you can also look at it from a standpoint of are they doing the Omega brand a disservice? I mean, actually,
Mm.
I read an interview like the president of Omega was asked like if they were bullied into agreeing to this, and he said something along the lines of if it was just a recycled Swatch probably, or something like that, they wouldn't have agreed to it. But of course
Mhm.
that it's Swatch.
Yeah.
And so from a branding standpoint, at least, does this make sense, you think? On one hand, like I said earlier, this will probably introduce people who normally wouldn't have an Omega on their wrist. I mean, Omega in the strictest sense, but now it's more easily attainable. What will this be? Yeah, like I said, will this do the brand a disservice ultimately? Can you see it that way? Carl, can you start off with that?
uh, okay, not at all. Uh, I think that people are making comments like that uh, based on a fairly tight knowledge of history and the current world and so on. I disagree with the fact that most people that will buy this watch would not be able to get an Omega. I think you're going to have Omega fans massively jumping on this watch. I know I would, no question. I started with which one. Now I'm looking at which five would I get. I was like, why don't I just get all of them? So no, I think it's a. You can always say that it might diminish the brand, but I do not actually believe that. The Speedmaster is one of the strongest uh, model lines and brands in the world. In Many people consider it the Chrono as opposed to the Daytona. See, I say Monaco, but anyway, um, but it's strong enough to do it, and this is done in a fun way. I don't. I think anyone that asked the president of Omega, who we just chatted with like 2 weeks ago, and couldn't talk about, if he was bullied, the honest answer is he would never tell you. Right? This is the Swatch group. They would never tell you. Having said that, let's remember that Swatch as a watch and Swatch as an organization feels they saved the Swiss watch industry. So they can do a lot of things that no one else would dare to do. And this is one of them. I'm actually quite happy with this. The fact that I've got a whole list of people asking me where to get it, how to get it, and who are we going to buy it from anywhere in the world tells me that it's going to work. And these are not new buyers. These are the guys who have these watches. Okay, so along those lines, no, I don't see. Okay, I'm sure we're going to have comments about brand deterioration because basically it's a controversial topic that people on the internet are going to talk about and get attention for. To me, it's a brilliant move. It expands the knowledge and understanding of the Omega brand in a different way. It allows them to take chances in a fun way that they couldn't have done otherwise. And it's just so playful. I mean, look at this thing. It's just such a fun. It's just such a fun group of watches, man. It's just I'm trying to click on it. I know more about watches than I do about tech. Sorry, guys. But look at it. It's okay. For one thing, okay, let's go within this. It's the Bioceramic, which is if you saw what we did a while back, they launched it. It's brand new. Chari actually has the watch. It's fully Bioceramic. It uses either recycled or completely sustainable, basically plant products. And it's look at how they've done it. Which mission would you choose? Which one would you like to get to? Which one would you like to get? I initially thought I wanted Mercury. Then I wouldn't do Venus, but I would probably get it if I got the whole set. Then I saw Earth, which you got to get that one, right? Then I saw the Moon, which no question you got to get, right? Then you've got Mars, which Mars is an interesting one because I would have thought no, but then it's the Alaska Project watch, only wearable, right? So then you've got Jupiter looks good. And look, they're look what they're doing here. And this is their site. They're pointing to the different special editions they've done, like the Ultraman seconds hands for Jupiter, the Alaska Project watch hands for the Mars Project. This one I liked a lot, just because I could see the Saturn rings on the watch. So that's fun too. And it looks like a really nice strap. What are you wearing? Uranus? Oh, that's going to be a whole nother discussion. Neptune looks good. Okay, that blue looks good. What else? Pluto, thankfully getting some respect. That looks good too. So I like more of these watches than I dislike. I don't dislike any of them. They're just not for me. But I think it's a great idea. Which one would you get, JP?
Okay, to answer Cap's question first.
Yeah, please. Let me just start with. Let's start it off like this. Okay.
Yeah.
JP, you mentioned earlier about you referenced the ETA movement, right? So it's a quartz.
Yeah.
Now I would like to call your attention specifically to the quasi MoonWatch that they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm personally I'm two ways about it. I mean, it's like, oh, you got the MoonWatch. Oh, it's a MoonSwatch. Get it?
Yeah.
So please comment on that. Plus what I asked Carl earlier about like what this does for the brand. The brand meaning Omega.
Okay. From Omega's side, I think they knew what they were getting themselves into. As we all know, there is a notion that collecting watches is like, it's almost similar to collecting stamps. It's like an older person's hobby or passion. But with this,
like society for the win.
Yeah. But with this, Omega again can start introducing something playful. And I think that's the key word with this. It's a playful collab. Let's not take it out of bounds by saying, oh, it's a Speedmaster. It's there's Neil Armstrong and whoever astronaut wore Speedmaster to the moon is now rolling into the grave because there is this. It's not like that. I think it'll benefit Swatch more because it's like an interesting swatch. I mean, I can't recall the last time I got interested in something Swatch. Probably the one that they launched in Basel a few years ago. I think it was the movement. I
Oh
can't.
yeah, the System 51.
Yeah, that one was the last interesting for me Swatch. And I've had swatches like my first swatch was in 1987. It was only 625 pesos in Shopsville.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I had a couple of more swatches all throughout the years. And to me it's a playful watch. It's a good watch that you're not so worried about banging it in, door handles or um your car, or like when you're driving, you bang it against the window when you're driving. Um but in any case, it really works in the sense that it's going to attract a younger audience. And just to attract them, they'll become interested in Omega. Maybe later on, they can make an actual Speedmaster like an aspirational piece based off on this. So that's
Okay.
my so
Good point.
again, it's a matter of perspective. Don't take it seriously. It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
It's like the
Okay.
flamethrower that Elon Musk company built.
Oh
You're not
yeah.
gonna take it seriously. The boring company, they came out with a flamethrower. I wanted to buy one of those, but those around me stopped me from buying one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But guys, this is I think it needs to be mentioned. Collabs. There are collabs like everywhere, here and there. For various reasons. But this collab is actually between two brands. In the same industry. I mean, we hear of the Porsche Tag Heuer collab
yeah,
and stuff like that. But this is like two watch brands coming out with a watch. And this watch, it also, I think one of the, if you ask me, one of the key things about this also is like people will be asking you, so is this an Omega or is this a Swatch? It looks like it looks like an Omega, but it's a Swatch. So I don't know. Again, to your guys' points, I think it should be a good maybe eye opener, if you could call it that, to the younger generation. Oh, these Omegas are cool, or um, on the other, it's like what I think about the Moonwatch or Moonswatch in this case. Like there's this notion that it might be pretending to be something it's not because of the looks. And they did say on the text there, if you scroll, Carl, they did say on the website that it matches the at least the physical specifications of the original Moonwatch. So I guess you get into that kind of territory where is it pretending to be something it's not? Because I'm pretty okay with the others. But for the Moonswatch in particular, then you get a little, because some people might acquire it for with the sole intention of, well, I can't get the original, so might as well, just get
yeah.
this one,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm gonna pretend that that's the original Moonwatch for
Mhm.
whatever reason. Well, I'm not saying that's bad, don't get me wrong, but again, yeah, there's this added element, at least to that particular colorway. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. Actually, in my opinion, this only works because Swatch and Omega are in the same Swatch group. I don't think this would have worked if they're from different conglomerates, because one is going to feel left out, and the other one would feel we're taking advantage or something like that. So for me, it only works because they're in the same umbrella.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think, Carl?
Okay, okay. I agree with JP because it would be hard to get two different corporate entities together to do something this divergent. Okay, because this is a bit divergent, and a lot of brands would just be protecting their brand equity and so on. Having said that, we have seen. Let's remember that you wouldn't call them collabs, but brands used other people's movements on more than one occasion throughout history. So you've got the Daytonas with Zenith, you've got all these other ones. So that type of collaboration, and on the industrial side, that is not marked or sometimes even admitted, is not unusual. One of the more recent collabs was MBNF and Bulgari, which I thought was brilliant. Uh, Many might disagree, but we've been doing this for 15 years already, and we look at this on an industry side. And on the industry side, what, as an example, Bulgari and MBNF did was they just both expanded their visibility like crazy. Okay.
Mhm.
What Swatch does here, what's different is this is a very visible collab. I actually like the Omega XS logo there. And what is different is that uh, it says Omega and Swatch on the faces. I have zero concern about whether or not people will think this is a real Omega. I think you know what they're doing. They're building up the Speedmaster itself by saying that it is so iconic that we can do this. And I would agree. I mean, I was a big fan of one of the early fun collaborations, which was the Snoopy watch, and that to a lot of people made no sense, uh, but I loved it. And it said what it said to me at the time was, you know what, they can take a chance on doing something that no one else would do. Anyway,
Wait, quick question.
yeah.
I'd like to ask you guys, how would you match this up or compare it with, for example, the Casio Oak thing?
Oh, okay. The Castro Oaks are mods,
Yeah,
basically.
but
Well, no, they're not mods. They're
yeah, I mean, the Casio comes out with them, then you can mod it, right? Same
right.
thing.
Okay. Okay. But with their okay, got it.
Similar to Seiko.
I don't know.
Casio deliberately designed that, I think, to look like a royal oak, right?
Do you? I don't know.
Ah, let's not kid ourselves.
That's
I
true.
think so. Yeah, yeah, I
you
agree
know,
with
Okay. I don't know.
JP. I
Honestly, I
think
don't know
so.
because Casio does their. I mean, we know the Casio people. They do their own thing, and sometimes
and to
it's
be
really awesome.
yeah, and to be honest, that AP that that design it's everywhere already. I
Yeah, it
mean,
Yeah,
is.
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's so common. But the thing is,
And go ahead. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just thinking because like if you're gonna get this, what would be an alternative in the same price range? And that's the thing that I could think of.
There's none. There's you get this watch because you want this watch. And just from the number of collectors who've been messaging me since this thing dropped, uh, that market alone is strong enough to handle things. That just uh, it solidifies the Speedmaster because it's clearly iconic if they can do this, and there's no question in my mind they're going to pull it off. No question at all. I mean, I would. Um, this happened before. They said, "Do you think this will work?" I'm like, "I'll guarantee you X number of sales right now through my friends." Period. It's that strong to me. So I think it's a great idea. I think you could do this with only a few watches of this level, and this is one of them.
Mm,
Did I answer your question, or did I just go too much into the I love
Yeah,
the
so that,
Speedmaster thing?
yeah, it is. It's it
yeah,
works.
that's right. But I tend to agree with JP though. I mean, that classic shape that
The Gerald
Casio
Dome.
yeah came out with. It's been there for a while, so it's like I doubt if they didn't know what they were doing, man. I mean, they were leveraging that classic shape of another
You know,
brand. So
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at watch companies that do not realize what is going on around them. Honestly, and JP knows this. We've been asked questions about this, that, whatever. Like, what's in the show, whatever, because they don't get a chance. They don't get a chance to see what else is going on, and they're not always enthusiasts or geeks or whatever. They're really not. They just don't know what the other guys are doing. And in this case, maybe, well, I mean, but Casio's pretty well. I don't know. I don't think I don't think I wouldn't put this anywhere near what that Casio is at
Yeah.
all.
Same
Um,
sentiment.
yeah,
okay,
I think the question is going to be, will this be a collectible or not? I think people would buy it and put it away because I think it's cool. I think they'll buy, some to wear. I would,
I would.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I have a 18-year-old Speedy, which is not particularly old, but it's a special one, and I would buy a couple of these things just to have around with it. Easily, no
Mhm.
question.
Would you, JP,
Right.
buy one for yourself? For yourself.
Probably yes. Just but I'm going to look at it as a swatch. It's a swatch,
Yeah.
MoonSwatch, something like that. Because as I said, I've had swatches before, and it brings back a little nostalgia. It brings back it kind of harks how Swatch has evolved. Like remember, I bought my first one at like 1987. I was 17, and back then, supply was running out, and I actually had to buy one what it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I got the white case one, and it was like math notebook style dial. So I still remember that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
this one, I mean, it just brings back memories to that. It brings back memories to my old Starlet, stuff like that.
Scarlet. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably for myself, I would get um, probably the Neptune one, the bluish one.
Oh, the bluish. Okay, okay, yeah, I would.
I would get that, and I'd probably get one for my daughter.
Dude, I'm telling you, I would get all of them. Seriously. Yeah, that looks good, man.
Neptune. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I like that too. Neptune and Earth. Actually, I like Earth.
Jupiter's
Okay,
also nice.
I get all of them. Seriously, I would. I really would.
Well, get them
Um,
for us, Carl.
nah, because you disagree with me. No. Okay. Hey,
But
every
do
back. Okay.
you guys know? I couldn't. I wasn't able to dig up anything on the bioceramic. What's that? The bioceramic bezel.
Yeah, the
That's from
material. Yeah,
Omega, right? That's from
The bezel
Omega.
itself, you mean?
Was it bezel or
I think that's a
Well, the
Swatch
whole
thing.
thing is bioceramic.
okay? Okay.
The
Uh,
bioceramic thing, I think, is a Swatch thing.
yeah.
Oh, it's a
And that's their new thing. They did that last year.
I
We
see.
were a bit involved with the release of that in the sense that we interviewed and talked with them and so on. Uh, it's a very, it's basically just, it's just fully sustainable across the board, and they can expand it. And they chose to make it. It's a watch this Cherry's using that blue one right now, and I like the way they did it. But it was just it was a statement watch because everything is going to be bioceramic to a large well, not everything maybe, but to a large extent they're really pushing in that direction if they're not going to fully
Oh,
commit to it.
yeah. I think I remember that.
Um, so
Mhm. Guys, here's the question though. Okay, because
yes,
we're approaching 30 minutes. Um, should Swatch think about doing this for another one of their brands? Maybe Arado X Swatch
no,
thing, a
no, too
Longines
close.
Swatch thing?
Nope,
No,
too
won't work.
close. Nothing they have is at the level of this of the Speedmaster. And
Hmm.
also, with some of those brands, you have the concern of drawing them too close together. You don't have that with Omega, you know. So I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe something higher than one of the other brands. Wait, no. What? I don't
No
have
one's
it.
got
I'm
the
not.
strength of
Yeah.
the Speedmaster. Seriously,
Okay. Like with a
this
shoot.
is a
I don't know.
wild. Nah, uh,
Yeah.
nah, I don't think so.
Okay. So this is just something. I mean, it's just perfect for Omega and them, and not none of the other brands, or maybe other brands. There are other
Yeah,
brands plus other brands. Is that a good idea? Actually, watch collabs among watch brands. Is that a good idea in itself?
mm,
It's a actually okay. I think so. Because right now, every okay. Let's look. Let's look at this. There are a lot of fashion brands, not watch fashion brands, but global luxury brands and fashion brands that are doing collabs with smaller groups, and they're doing that. Uh, Number one, because it makes the whole limited edition series thing go. Number two, because then they can start appealing to niche market segments. And also they're just fun. I mean, they're injecting an amount of fun back into them. That's the luxury groups. Okay, they're doing collabs. We're gonna have a real interesting collaboration in the next few months that we still can't talk about. And it's going to be I'm surprised they allowed this. Honestly, I'm surprised they allowed this to be done by someone in the Philippines for the first time in the world. I'm surprised, and so I followed up with, okay, but can I do this now? So we'll see. But collaborations are a very, very kind of a tricky thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, remember, JB, the Opus series of Harry Winston, those are all the whole idea. It's like Mac Busser, right? MBNF. The whole idea is tap different people for different things. So there.
Okay.
I
How
don't
about you, JP? What do you think?
Yeah, as long as it's not a forced collab or something that
Yeah.
it's like people can see that, especially different brands. For example, a good collab that I can remember or I remember is MBNF and Urwork, because it's like it's a perfect synergy of two brands. Um, but I'm trying to think if there's a collab that was kind of sketchy. There are, but
there's a lot.
It just didn't work.
There's a lot we're not gonna get into. But then you've got other ones like the Monaco and the Racing Colors,
Yeah.
the Porsche stuff.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, that's not watch and watch brand.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're talking watch and watch. Okay.
Yeah. No, imagine this, like Swatch and Breguet. I don't think that's gonna work
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
unless you do the Type 22. That might work.
Oh,
But
that
then
would be awesome. That I would buy that in an instant. I would do that. That would take that in an instant. No question.
Or something
that
like-
is a classic aviation watch.
Yeah, but then again, I'm thinking the same umbrella, so I don't wanna,
That's true. The Type 22 is a chrono anyway, right? So
Yeah.
Type 20, sorry.
or Blancpain.
Well, I'm thinking 20. You're thinking 22. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's just a different model further down the evolutionary line.
But it
No,
would work.
yeah. That would be okay. Let's not get into that. But yeah, okay. So JP, which one would you choose? What was your choice?
I would get the
The
Neptune,
Neptune.
and probably either a Pluto or the Jupiter one, the one with the orange Ultraman
Okay.
hands.
Cap, you.
Can you scroll down, please? I want to refresh
No, I'm
myself.
gonna stay at
No,
Uranus.
Scroll up.
I want you to say it.
I wanted to ask you that too. I mean, so what's yours? Oh, it's a mission to Uranus. So it doesn't work.
No, it does not.
Neptune.
Okay.
I like Neptune, and I think Mercury, if I'm not mistaken, and Earth.
I don't know which one I would get. I really like this one, just because it's completely fun. The Saturn. I do like the Jupiter because it's got a different look on its bezel. This one's kind of fun too.
That
See,
one is
I'm going through all of them. Basically, is my answer. Would I choose one? This would be the
That
first
one is
one.
very Swatch. Remember Swatch? I don't know if it's just here or in other markets, but Swatch and Sanrio are.
Oh, Sanrio, yeah.
Yeah.
So that the Mars one reminds me.
Mars. Like a
Of,
Hello Kitty
Hello
watch
Kitty.
or something.
Yeah, it's more than
Yeah.
Mars. It's more of a Hello Kitty thing.
Yeah.
But
it is a
when I started buying these swatches, and globally you could see that they were in huge demand, and they had them in the shops in the Philippines, the Sanrio shops, because it's the same group, right? And so they had them. So I was able to get things that were insanely collectible at the time, like the Wall Street. No, I think I got the Wall Street elsewhere. But the Happy Fish, their first series of the dive watches. So the Philippines has actually been pretty spot on. That other collab, the Philippine artist one, was very, very good.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I think I had that. I can't remember.
So yeah.
Because like back then, when we were like in high school, early college, Swatch was like a tradable commodity.
exactly. You'd buy them at Giftgate. Yeah, I remember that
No,
brand.
like friends who are running away would come to the house and, hey, can I borrow $500? I'll leave my Swatch with you.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so what are we? This is the one I'm iffy about.
Me, same with me. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But the thing is, it's loud. So if you want to attract attention, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not it, and it's fine. It's just that it's not personally me. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. But I guess that's the most Swatch thing here. Aside from the Mars thing, I mean, if we're gonna talk about the brands
Yeah,
being
yeah.
fun, it's the
Oh yeah.
most Swatch among these Swatches.
You know, one interesting thing here is that if they do this, they really, really have to support the straps. As in, they
Mm.
can't not produce those straps in the future. So they
Yeah.
really got to commit to that. Or we put an Erica strap on it, right? I wonder if
Yeah,
that would work.
I
That
was
would
thinking that.
work.
Yeah, and Eric
That
would
would
work.
work.
Yeah.
We would put an Erica
Yep.
strap like
Yeah, you can
this
start molding.
on that.
Yeah, that would
Like
work. Yes.
LBR 101. That would work. That would work. That would be cool. We should do that. We've never put one on a Swatch, have we?
Nope. I don't think
No,
so.
we've got to do that. Okay. So basically, this is what's happened to the world. Swatch and Omega did a collaboration. I think it's brilliant on many levels. I think as an enthusiast, I love the fact that they're playing with this iconic model without going through too many limited editions that everyone are complaining about nowadays. On a business side, I think it's positive for both brands. It's a statement for Omega. It's the continuing playfulness of Swatch, but on a different level. I think this will. I mean, I'm still getting. Okay, the first messages I was getting since last night were from enthusiasts, from hardcore enthusiasts, as in Daytona level, Nautilus level enthusiasts. Right now, I'm getting messages from the newer enthusiasts, the younger guys. And they're the ones who are saying, yeah, I would like to get that as a stepping stone because they can't get the full-on Omegas yet. So
Yeah.
you're right, Cap, in that sense. That's a stepping stone there. I was looking at from the reverse, which is already enthusiast. So, and then on the industry side, there, I think it's a brilliant move. It really is, and I'm really glad they did it because it's nice to have something inventive. So there. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. We've had our little chat. Check them out. As soon as we know when we can get them, first we'll get ours, then we'll tell you when they're available. So
We'll also do an unboxing and
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Oh,
looks good.
I'm
That
doing an
looks good.
unboxing later.
Oh, something you can disclose right now, or it's still on embargo?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you later. Okay. Thanks very much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of our little gang. This has been JP. This has been Cap. This has been me, Carl. Thank you very,
catch
very
you
much.
again.